Okay, so I'm going to be introducing us all. So my name is Meghna Sarawat, and I'm the youth board president. And this is Nivi, who is a senior visitor. Or sorry, Vista senior. She goes to Vista Lago and she's a senior. This is Jace. He goes to Auto High School. That's Grace, and she goes to Oak Ridge. This is Madison and McKenna, and they go to Ponderosa High School. And so I'm going to get started with my speech. I have been volunteering with Hands for Hope since my freshman year. In the last 4 years of Hands for Hope, I've gained a lot in friendships, confidence, and resilience. So for this, I want to say thank you. As a youth, I know that Hands for Hope creates a warm, friendly culture that anybody can lean into. This culture has given me the energy and motivation to participate in almost every single Hands for Hope project. Because of your continuing support, I know that a lot of students like me are becoming more community-driven, compassionate individuals. Saying this, I've only talked about the youth who lead and haven't even gotten to the people we serve. It's in the name already, but Hands for Hope, Youth Making a Difference, really does make a difference, which we've seen firsthand. I'm going to share a couple examples of this. Recently, our food pantry opened up, and we've been distributing food to families for about 6 months. My most favorite memory was when a family reached out in need of a couch. Although furniture has absolutely nothing to do with food, we still looked and found a couch for that family. Going beyond our set mission, that is the level of commitment that Hands for Hope builds into its culture. Another event I would like to share is from our school supply drive in 2020. As you know, that was the year that COVID impacted us all. Although we were prepared to serve more students than usual, the demand for school supplies was beyond our imagination. Unfortunately, some students went home that day without enough supplies. It would have been easy to stop there, since we had served the number of students we were supposed to. But rather than leave any student without materials, we extended our drive until each and every student went home that day with supplies. I've just shared 2 incredible moments, but I know that all of us youth have had many of these similar experiences. These moments have taught me that Hands for Hope goes beyond the mission statement. Hands for Hope not only rises to meet the needs of the community, but exists to serve the needs of every individual. Personally, my biggest takeaway from the last 4 years is that with a team of compassionate volunteers, you can really do anything. So, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for continuously supporting Hands for Hope. Finally, I want everyone to go home tonight and know that Hands for Hope truly goes above and beyond to serve in times of need. So, once again, thank you so much for supporting Hands for Hope and coming out here tonight, and just being here. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Nivi, who's going to share a little bit more about Hands for Hope and how we work. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghna, for that great introduction. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Nivi Sudhir Kumar. I'm a senior at Vista Lago High School, and I serve as the Youth Board Folsom Youth Liaison and intern for Hands for Hope Youth Making a Difference this year. I have been involved with Hands for Hope for 6 years now, and for those of you who are not familiar with this wonderful organization, I would like to share with you all a little bit about who Hands for Hope Youth Making a Difference is. Hands for Hope Youth Making a Difference is a youth-led organization that is focused on inspiring and empowering youth in leadership and service. Approximately 700 youth are involved in our organization, and we serve about 14,000 individuals annually with our youth-organized service projects and outreaches. What makes Hands for Hope different is how we incorporate youth into the holistic service learning process. This means youth can explore social issues in our community, take action by designing service projects, and lead these projects from start to finish. One example from my experience with Hands for Hope is being on the Winter Boutique Committee. In this project, the committee sets up a free store for individuals to gather winter clothing items that they're in need of, like socks, coats, blankets, and more. And it was really amazing to see the committee's efforts to produce such a great result, which in the end helped so many in a year that was really hard on a lot of us. And this is just one of the many examples of how we as youth can support community issues. about Hands for Hope that is special to me is a level of gratitude that I have developed for everything that I have access to. After exploring community needs, it became more apparent that people struggle for resources that we can easily take for granted, like fresh food and clothes. And this is also what keeps me involved, being able to find my passion and build my confidence while advocating for causes that I believe in. And I've also connected with a lot of fellow youth on a deeper level who share the same community interests as me. Hands for Hope has given me an outlet to channel my creativity and organizational skills. I've got to know more of who I am through forming different experiences with Hands for Hope, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity, so I really want to thank you. I'm now going to pass the microphone to Jace, who's going to share some of our highlights from our past year with you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jace Kaldansky, and and I am a current junior at El Dorado High School. I've been with Hands for Hope I just had my Hands for Hope anniversary last month, so just for a year now. And I am currently my school's club president, the Emergency Food Pantry Committee Chair, and the Placerville Community Engagement Intern. So Nivi gave you a little bit about what our organization is, and so now I'm going to tell you a little more about what we've done. So last year, as some of you know, was kind of tricky, just like a little bit. Definitely no like big things happened. So with all of the issues that came with the pandemic, we definitely had to pivot how our organization was running and still have youth involved in helping their community, but in different ways through their outreaches. And so, yeah, that was kind of a big thing. Because so many were stuck at home this past year, we did have to get creative and find different ways for youth to participate. And so some of those were working with seniors in our community. Together, we made over 1,000 cards and 1,000 craft kits to cheer up seniors. We made 4th of July door hangers and 200 stockings filled with treats for the holidays, and also served 150 meals every month to seniors, checking in on them as we gave them their meal boxes. As an organization, we had over 6,000 hours to give back to the community through all of our youth involved with Hands for Hope. We had our school supply drive and distribution, which served more students than we've ever served in the past 7 years of having this event. And our youth committee collected and distributed supplies to 400 students, many whose families were adversely impacted by the pandemic. We also launched the Emergency Food Pantry, which has been an amazing experience for all of the youth involved. Where we have been giving out food for, like Megna said, about 6 months now to families in our community. And then we've also been able to use that as well during the recent Caldor fire to help support Caldor fire victims by holding special distribution days outside of our normal schedule to help those who are impacted and displaced by the fire. Last fall, we held our Warm and Fuzzy Drive and our Winter Boutique, where we were able to serve 703 individuals by giving them the chance to come and shop for winter clothing for free. We also completed our renovations on our Placerville Youth Center, which is now an amazing resource for youth to come together and collaborate while helping our community. And then, like I had touched on earlier, we have been able to help with the Caldor fire relief for the victims who were displaced. And we were able to work with the El Dorado Community Foundation and evacuation sites in an effort to help them who need resources such as food, clothing, toiletries, tents, blankets, really all the things you take for granted because you have them in your house every day, and then all of a sudden you don't have those things. And I actually learned that firsthand because I myself was evacuated. Luckily, I was able to stay at my grandma's house, and so that's why I really strive to help those who are less fortunate, didn't have places to go. I was going around with a car full of goodies a few times a week to all the people in not the evacuation sites, but those overflow spots. So the people who were stuck in a parking lot in their car, like there's gal Cindy in her car with her 4 cats. We became best buds, and it was a super cool experience to be able to go and help those people who weren't getting as many resources as those who were in the evacuation sites. Yeah. And then, like I said, we had our distribution days where we were also able to help, oh goodness, I think we had 40 families who were coming to those distributions, and we had 2 of those a week and had lots of people come. We had amazing help from our community. We had sandwiches that were donated from restaurants. The Placerville Garden Club donated cut flower arrangements for people. We had farms that were donating produce and apple pies, and it was amazing to see how much our community came together in that time and to be able to be a part of that. And I would just also like to end with, I am so incredibly grateful to be part of such an amazing organization that does so much for our community and creates such a strong support system for youth. Being the chair of our emergency food pantry committee and going around for the Caldor fire relief definitely gave me a different viewpoint and perspective of the things that I take for granted and the people in my life I take for granted, and to be able to help others with those things that I thought everyone had, and being able to see it's not like that for everyone, and making that impact for them was really good and changed my outlook for quite a while. So now I'm going to pass it on to Grace, where she's going to show what Hands for Hope means to her.
Thank you, Jace. Okay, my name is Grace Brazil, and I'm the Youth Board Vice President and the Oak Ridge Club President, and I'm here to talk a little bit about my experience with Hands for Hope. So I originally joined Hands for Hope in 7th grade when my mom forced me to volunteer. Yeah, she said it would be good for me, and I was like 12, so, you know, what can you do? She's over there. So we began going to the Hope House, which is a shelter for women who have been subject to abusive relationships and their children. And we would provide childcare so that the women could have Bible study. And so they were always so grateful for our help. And I really began to look forward to volunteering with them each month. And so I started signing up for more and more Hands for Hope outreaches. And eventually I joined the Oak Ridge Club and began doing leadership. And so after I was on 7 different committees, my friends started to ask me about why I volunteer so much. But I really didn't see it as volunteering at this point. Like, it's not just volunteering to me, because there are so many people in our community who need our help, and we have the ability to do something about it. And I can't think of a better way to spend my time than by doing Hands for Hope. And without it, I never would have realized that I'm able to be a leader. And so with other activities, I felt like it didn't really matter if I was there or not, but Hands for Hope has given me a home and shown me what it's like to feel needed. And I've been given the chance to lead and influence other people's lives. By far, thank you. By far, my favorite outreach was Sister Nora's. Each month, we would drive up to Sacramento and we would prepare dinner for the women in the homeless shelter. We got to sit down with them and hear their stories. To watch their faces light up when they saw us coming was one of the most rewarding experiences, and it inspired me to volunteer as much as humanly possible. And so then with the COVID pandemic, it changed everything, and we found ourselves unable to work in a way that we had before. However, we were determined. We stayed connected, and our committees had meetings on Zoom and became flexible with the many changes happening around us. I was so grateful to continue having one thing that I could rely on during the crazy changes of the pandemic. And when everything came to a screeching halt, we were able to keep going. With the Project Birthday Committee, we were able to adapt. Originally, we threw birthday parties in person for low-income kids, but we worked around COVID by giving them their own party in a box filled with the essential birthday supplies, such as cake mix, decorations, and hand-picked gifts. So this is something that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. And finally, Hands for Hope has definitely inspired me for the future. In each college essay I've written so far, it's been nearly impossible not to talk about Hands for Hope. And not only that, but I now have the privilege of working as a Hands for Hope intern to help me learn skills for business and marketing. So Hands for Hope has really given me so much, and I just hope it can continue to have the same impact on other students just like me. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Madison.
I'm McKenna.
And we are the PR coordinators of the Executive Youth Board.
This year, we're both going to be seniors at Ponderosa High School, and we've been involved for Hands for Hope, making a difference for 7 years now.
Over the years, we have been able to participate in many events and outreaches through Hands for Hope. This organization has come to mean so much in our lives, and yeah.
We've been really lucky to be leaders in Hands for Hope for 6 of our 7 years that we've been involved. And we've grown so much because of it. I love being able to give back to our community because I feel so close to our community, and it just feels so good to be able to give back to people in need.
We joined Hands for Hope by chance, but we stayed because of everything it gave us. We made so many new friends who share a dedication for helping others, and we got to be a part of a group who continually addresses the needs of the community year after year.
None of this would be possible without you guys. With your continued and growing support, we can uphold Hands for Hope's long tradition of supporting our community and giving back to everybody in need, and creating lasting memories that we've all been sharing tonight.
There has never been a more important time to help our community thrive and grow. We kindly ask for your continued support as we are expanding the reach of Hands for Hope Youth Making a Difference. If you are in a position of providing additional support this evening and would like to, there's a QR code on the back of your program. Scan it and follow the link to donate to bail one of our brave surfers off their board into safety, where they can continue to work with us to strengthen and grow this organization. We would love to see many more youth have the wonderful experiences each of us has had being a participant in Hands for Hope, and you can help us make this possible with your contributions. Thank you so much for coming out tonight to support us in Hands for Hope. We are so very grateful for your role in making this program possible.